All right, it is 5:15 and it is Wednesday, March 26, 2025, and this is the Board of Public Works meeting, and we are in City Hall Council Chambers. Next item on the agenda is consider approving the minutes from the previous meeting, which was February 26th.
Motion to approve the minutes from February meeting.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second to approve the February 26th meeting minutes. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have water and sewer agenda items. Discuss and approve water and sewer vouchers.
Make a motion to approve the water and sewer vouchers.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second to approve the water and sewer vouchers. Any discussion?
Why is the date 2/6 on some of these? I know that it was in March at the bottom, but 2/6 was after the last meeting. How does that work?
Was after,
Because like at the top of the page, it says 2/6, and some of these are from 2/6.
they might not have got it posted until after the meeting.
Okay,
Yeah, the date on the top is when the report was ran.
okay.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have water and sewer operations monthly reports.
If there's any questions that I can answer, Gabe is at Rural Water today, tomorrow, and Friday.
No, I think I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, move on to street department agenda items. Discuss and approve the street department vouchers.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the street department vouchers. Any discussion?
Yeah, just one, we purchased salt in February and March, or how did that work, Dustin? You don't purchase at the beginning of the season, or did you purchase?
We
at-
can't, yeah, we can't store a season's worth in our shed, so we purchase as needed.
All right,
Okay. Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have general agenda items for consideration. We have discuss and consider the invoice for snow removal at 303 Blaine Street. Dustin, you wanna?
Sure. I was contacted by the new owner of 303 Blaine Street regarding notice and subsequent invoice for shoveling from January of this year. In that phone call, they did acknowledge that they had seen the warning or the letter that was first sent, worked and got a contractor lined up, ready to go. But by the time that was all taken care of, we had already shoveled then, got the invoice, and was calling to see if there would be any leniency, I guess, considering he had just bought the property and is working on it and is planning to keep it up. It is a home that's been vacant for quite some time. We've shoveled and mowed there frequently over the years, but it kind of happened right when I think he closed in December on the place, and we were doing the shoveling and stuff in January.
Mr. Lawn, are you on the phone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you want to add anything to what was stated?
No, he summed it up.
What do you say?
He said he pretty well summed
I'm
it up.
just asking for just a little leniency. You know, I know that I bought the house. You know, it is my responsibility. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess typically we
Cut it in half.
cut it in half, so I guess I'll make a motion to cut the 300 in half and do it for
One time.
one time for the 150.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second to reduce the bill to 150 for a one-time reduction. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Lawn, you understand what happened there then?
Yes, I do, and I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you. We'll move
All right,
on.
do I hang up now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, guys.
You bet. Moving on, review and approve
Everyone
updated
else
street
has left the
opening
call.
permit.
All right, so this is just our annual update to our street opening permit, and specifically this time is no other language on it besides the rates that we charge. So this would be for when we restore street openings behind work that plumbers do, but it is also the rate that we charge for our concrete replacement program, our sidewalk program. So every year I use the same formula, figure out, hours. Once the state DOT updates equipment rates, we can use those rates, and then once we have updated material prices on specifically concrete and blacktop, we can adjust rates as needed. So some of them stayed fairly flat. A few of them, concrete is our biggest increase this year. It was almost a 10% increase in materials again for concrete.
I'll make a motion to approve the update.
I'll second.
You have a motion and a second to approve the updated street opening permit. And that would go to council then.
Correct.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Move on to monthly reports. Darren?
Reports in the packet if anyone has any questions.
Hearing none, we'll move on to City Administrator, Public Works Director, City Engineer Akey.
If there's any questions, I do have one item I'd like to give you guys before the council meeting. In the past, we talked about Geis's sewer extension.
I don't need
I left one there for you. And what we've been negotiating with them is a memorandum of understanding that over the next 10 years, we will honor our offer to allow them to connect, and it would be at their price as far as putting in the sewer service. And it kind of goes through and details what we're talking about. And this is just for your information. We didn't feel it had to come back to Board of Public Works, but it's in my report, so I wanted you guys to be aware of it. We last talked about it at council, so I thought that was the place to go. But for council, this will be considered on April 8th. Any other questions on on my monthly report, I guess?
No.
Okay, moving on to Dustin.
Be happy to answer any questions you have.
Can you turn off the snow?
How much snow are we getting this weekend?
I stopped guessing. I look out the window now.
Depends on which news app you look at.
Right. Yeah, that's been our focus, and it's the worst time of year to plow. All the manholes are going up with the frost, and so it's tough, but they're doing a good job.
Are you still using rubber blades?
We do on the two sand trucks, and we had to use them in the alleys because the metal V-plows were digging in there pretty soft, obviously. So we did use the single axle sand trucks in the alleys, and then we clean up behind the graders with them. We're having mixed results this year. The compound seems to have changed. They're not lasting at all. So we're considering we'll still run rubber blades most likely in fall and spring from now on, but we're going to go to steel blades in the middle of winter when things are colder. We're not even getting 2 snowfalls out of a rubber blade now.
Did you look into the carbide embedded? I know they're expensive.
Yep.
But like with the county, they are lasting quite a bit.
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is put them on. So our new plow truck should be delivered in August or before next plow season. That truck's going to come with one on it already. And so I do plan to run it on that. I was still a little hesitant. I know your guys were worried about maybe chip seal streets or chip seal roads, but we have less and less of those now, and they're pretty old. They're pretty well smoothed out, so I think we'll be okay.
And they actually didn't seem to bother it too much.
Okay.
I mean, they still seem to last fairly well with even those.
Yeah, I think the alley trucks need to have the really flexible rubber just because it's got to be pretty gentle. Even on our gravel roads when we plow, we'll run those trucks in spring now because they can it acts like a squeegee more than a blade, and it a little less damage to fix again. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, moving on, Ron. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to place the monthly reports on file.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to place the reports on file. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Date and time of next meeting will be April 30th at 5:15. Public comment? Public comment? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.